Hi, this is technology expert Reginald Andre, and with the coronavirus epidemic happening and with the Miami-Dade County government issuing that any non-essential businesses need to essentially close their doors if they can work from home, now is the time that you have to give your employees tools so that they can communicate internally and with their clients when they're working from home. So before I start, none of these are sponsored. These are just some ones that I have used and have experience with. So let's get to it. The first one is freeconferencecall.com. As the name indicates, it's free. It's very simple to set up. You basically go to their website, you click on sign up, you put in your email address, you put in your password, and boom. You're set up. It's that easy. From there, it's going to give you a toll-free number and your own specific call-in code that you give to your clients or you give to your staff so that they can communicate. Now, it's only been about maybe 7 years ago where when you wanted to communicate with more than 3, 4, 5 people, what you would do is you would actually call the first person. Then that person would call the next person. That person would call another person. And before you know it, that was your traditional conference call. What happened there, though, is there was a chain, there was a link. And if one person's signal went bad, maybe they were on a mobile device, or for whatever reason the signal broke, everybody else, it would disconnect. So with something like free conference call, it's very simple because everybody's essentially calling one central cloud number. And that way, if the signal is not good for one person, their battery dies, whatever the case is, the conversation can continue. Now, there's a few disadvantages with the free conference call. First off, you get what you pay for. Personally, when I've used it, people give me the free conference call number to call. It's always been choppy. It's never been a very good experience. Also, the quality of the video is what is considered standard definition. So there's high definition, which you probably have on your TV and your phone, and then there's standard definition. And with the free conference call free feature, it's a standard definition. And there's also no live support. So a lot of times you may have a big call and something's not working. You need to speak to somebody at the company now to say, hey, it's not working or I'm not doing something right. They also have no live support. So you may be wondering, how do they make their money? Well, it's easy. They hope that corporations like the service enough where they're going to be willing to pay a little more to get some more features, such as the live support, such as high definition, and recording and so forth. It's kind of like what Dropbox did. Dropbox came in and basically gave away the service for free for a lot of people. People liked it. Then they brought the product to their work, and then from there, IT companies started to implement it. So that's what free conference call is starting to do and hope to do. The next one is Zoom. Now, Zoom is a very popular one. They're actually one of the more popular video conferencing. It's kind of like a verb. Like if you want to have a video conference, you don't say video conference, you say Zoom. And the thing with Zoom is they have a free version. If you're doing a one-to-one call, you can have a one-to-one call unlimited, no issues. And if you have a call with 3 or more people, it limits you to 45 minutes. With the free feature, you do not you're not able to record, so that's one limitation. And also, there's no live support, and there's no reporting. However, if you pay $15 a month, you can use the feature as much as you want, and there's reporting. And the reporting is good because if you are a corporation and you want to see how many calls, if somebody was on the call, because we have some clients where they have like every Monday they have huddles and they need 30, 40 people on the phone. And how do you know that the person was on the line? How do you know Frank from accounting was on the line? And how do you know he wasn't just, he just didn't come on the last 2 minutes before the meeting was over? So it's important to get those type of reports for businesses. Now, you may also want to upgrade to their premium packages, but for the sake of this video, we're not going to go that deep. But just know that the $15 one is one of many different options to pay. So the last two that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to kind of talk about them interchangeably because they are direct competitors, and that's going to be Microsoft Teams. Now, you may have never heard of Microsoft Teams, but I'm sure you heard of Skype. And Skype was purchased by Microsoft several years ago, and Microsoft kind of let the company be and let it operate as Skype. But I'm sure if you have family internationally, or if you wanted to do video calls, especially before FaceTime started to come out, Skype was the way. Or if you have an Android and somebody has an iPhone, you can't do video calls. So a lot of times you use a third-party application such as Skype. And the same thing, Skype is free, and also with Google Hangouts, it's very similar. You can do video calls. It's free. But then that's when things get different, and that's where the big meat and potatoes of this conversation happens. Now, Microsoft is not really making a lot of money from their Microsoft Teams / Skype, and Google is not really making a lot of money from their Hangouts. What they're making their money in respect to this conversation is their Microsoft Office suite and their Microsoft Exchange emails. And for Google's making from their G Suite. So if you have for your corporation, more than likely they have either Microsoft Exchange, which also it has Microsoft Office, or they have G Suite, which is like your spreadsheets, your emails, and usually businesses are going to have one or the other. Now, Microsoft, to just try to get into that market of the video conferencing, they actually include it for free. So if you have your email service with Microsoft, they're going to give you Teams for free. And if you don't use video conferencing too much, it's no reason to pay the $15 to Zoom, where if you get an email service from Microsoft or an email service from Google that you already need, it's free. So why pay Zoom $15 a month when you're already getting it for free from Microsoft? Also, with Zoom, it's very, very strictly with video conferencing and teleconferencing. With the Microsoft Teams, there's so much integration. It's going to, for example, in our office, we're an IT company, and when we want to speak to one another, we don't pick up the phone and call an extension. We actually just use Teams, and we press a button and it calls the other person. And either it will, depending if it's set up, it'll ring on their cell phone or it'll ring on their computer. Also, another cool feature with the Teams is it actually can become what is called a unified communication. So if someone calls me on my desk extension, and let's just say I'm extension 102 and my phone number is 786-664-8275, for a few more dollars with the Microsoft plan, you can actually make all of that the same. So that way you don't no longer have to buy a desk phone anymore. You can just use Microsoft Teams for everything. Microsoft Teams and Google Hangouts also has chatting features. So internally, if you need to communicate with your staff, that's a great way of communicating, especially now that everybody's working from home. That is a great way to do chatting with your team. You can do also virtual screen sharing. So let's just say you have an Excel spreadsheet and you want to go ahead and share your screen, and you can then communicate. Not only will you be sharing your screen, but you'll also be talking and the person can see you. Both of these services offer group chatting, so you can have, I believe, up to about 100 people on a group chat. And you can also do the reporting, etc., etc. So again, just depends on where you are. If you just need something very simple for a quick conference call, you don't really want to pay any money, you don't mind if maybe there's a few seconds lag or disconnect, then free conference call is definitely for you. If you're looking for a very powerful teleconferencing and that's all they do and they're focused on that, then Zoom may work. But just keep in mind that if you're paying already Microsoft for your Microsoft Office and Microsoft email package, or if you're already paying Google for their G Suite email and their G Suite Office version, their Office version, they don't have the same Word, Excel, PowerPoint, they call it something else. But if you're already paying for that, why go to Zoom and pay $15 per host when you can just pay Microsoft and you're already paying Microsoft? So I hope this was very informational. Please stay safe, and we will look forward to providing more timely and topical videos about how you can survive at home with the coronavirus when it relates to IT. Thank you.